Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are once again in Kerbal Space Program Hardcore mode. For those people that might be new to the series, in this series I am playing basically a stock game just with some visual dress and UI dress ups. But I am playing it in hard mode, and then I did the further disservice of turning down the science return to just 30% of what it normally is. And amongst other things, it does mean that I also can't quick save or revert, so whatever happens kind of just happens. And as you can see, well, we're on the surface of Minmus. Last episode, I was able to get down the various modules of this mining base, though we don't quite have them together. I also have some debris scattered around that's left over from some of the vehicles that brought these things down, but that's okay. I like debris. They're like lawn ornaments for our area here. So what I'm gonna need to do, we have our two Kerbals here, Taborn and Fuzzy One. They're inside the base. They have come in this lander. The lander has docked nicely. Fuzzy One was busy then doing some construction, putting these tubes together, and we need to get this sort of drilling platform slash conversion module over to here, and we need to dock it, and we'll get to that in just a little bit. And then this thing should be ready to go. We should be ready to start bringing in the ore, because I do have a contract. Probably should have had that queued up. Here we go. We do have a contract to extract ore from Minmus and deliver it to Kerbal. That is to acquire 400 units of fresh ore, get it onto your vessel, and bring that ore back to Kerbal. And that's what this little unit on the top of the lander is all about. It holds a little over 400 units of ore. So we'll fill that up, take off. We have a station in orbit. We'll dock with the station. We got a ship on there that's willing to bring it back at least to low Kerbal orbit. And I honestly don't know what I'm going to do after that. I haven't made that part up. I haven't thought that far ahead. One step at a time. I also have a contract here to build a new surface outpost on the surface of Minmus. I got me a feeling that this contract might have gotten itself borked. I'm not going to tidy up the debris. Barcode's saying it's time to tidy up the debris. No, we likes it. We likes it. Hello, Master Eric. What is the mod that allows you to move the Navball to the side? That's stock. I get asked that question a lot, but that is just in the stock settings. Scroll on down. There it is. Navball position left, right. There's no mods associated with that. Apply, accept. Okay, back to this again. I was saying I'm thinking that... hello, Oliver. Glad you can make it. This contract might be borked. We'll see once we get everything together. This is for the base. The base has to have support at least 8 Kerbals. That's already been successful. Must have ISRU resources conversion unit on there. As soon as we dock that, it'll be there. Must have 7,500 units of electric charge. Again, there's another 4,000, no, 4,000 to go on with the stuff that's already on here. I can't remember, but I know it's over that. What's it at right now? There's 2,110, and then this guy has more coming. Better be over 7,500. I thought I had that all worked out. But this part up here is still not green. And I think the reason is, and I always get into conversations with people with these bases and stations contract in stock, where it talks about building a new outpost that must have an antenna docking port and the outpost must be fully assembled when launched. That doesn't mean all the components have. This is really confusing. This sentence, the outpost must be fully assembled when launched, only applies to what's above it. And it's just concerned with that you don't use any existing modules. That's all it cares about. So as long as you've built something that has an antenna docking port and can generate power, this part should go green. You can go back in my videos and you'll see that this section is green previous to this, but it's now white. But it has nothing to do with the fact that I haven't met these parts yet, or that these are coming from different places. That's not the problem. The problem is that everything has to be new. And I docked this lander with the station, and while I was docked with the station, I grabbed I think they're probably down here. Yes, a couple of RCS ports, because I had forgotten to put the RCS ports on here. I also botched a little bit last episode with these docking ports and had to actually temporarily swipe a docking port from the station. So technically, I can't remember which one, but one of these docking ports is actually from the station, and these RCS blocks we see here are from the station, making this craft not new. I don't care. I'm thinking what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be probably, as long as I do all this stuff, I think I'll probably be doing the Alt 12 on this guy and satisfying this contract anyway. Because just because I went and took an RCS block that actually, by the way, I can get away with not even using. I don't count. This is still a new vessel as far as I'm. Is there a problem with the lagging? From my perspective, everything is fine, and my stream quality is good. So I don't know. I don't know what to say after that. Anyway, let's get started with getting this guy attached over here. That's what we're going to... Actually, before I even get started with that, I should say, I always like to always, because I don't do it enough, is thank and appreciate, well, I do appreciate it, I just don't say it enough, the support that comes in directly either from Patreon or from YouTube memberships. And what I particularly like to do is whenever I get a new person, I always like to give them a shout out at my first opportunity. So I'm going to give a shout out to Captain Scotland. Welcome aboard, Captain Scotland, and thank you very much for directly supporting this channel. And thank you very much to everybody who directly supports this channel, either through Patreon or through YouTube membership. But with that, if I can hit the right button, there we go. Let's get going. And what we need to do is get this, there's the docking port, onto here. So the way we're going to accomplish this, you'll see... Oh, I need to put some RCS blocks on this. And the reason why I say I didn't need to take the RCS blocks from the station is because I could have swiped the RCS blocks from the lander, used them on here, got this thing docked, and then taken the RCS blocks off again. But I just neglected to do that. Anyway, EVA. So Fuzzy Wand's coming out. And we've got to do some... Oh, this ladder's less than ideal. I don't think I ever tested it. Okay. We have ourselves a useless ladder. I can live with that. Alright. I think they're over here, those RCS blocks. So we need to get some RCS and some monopropellant on this drill rig. That's what we're going to do. Now, can he see them? Yes, he can. Can he fit one of these in his inventory? No, he cannot. So what we're going to do... Position himself sort of partway between here. Oh, that went a little bit too far. I'm just kind of close enough until I see that cargo container come back. There we go. And can he reach as far as this? I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, there they are. Okay, it's probably getting too far. I can put it here, though. Okay, 1. And 2. Okay, and then we'll move them this way. And I'm trying to think where to stick them. It's just going to push forward. Probably keep them relatively high. So they got to be on this side. Can I don't know if I can stick them onto the no. Drill's in the way. I might have to put them up high, which I don't want. Ooh, jeepers. Okay, let's stick it onto it just to get them on. This is not their final location. And now we're going to RCS. And I'm going to try and move them probably up here is where they're going to have to end up going. The reason I say it's not oh gosh, okay. That didn't work. Can I reach up there? He cannot. As soon as I grabbed the part, his RCS turned off. Guess maybe he can sit on top of this drill. That might be a good spot. Or I might need to swap a ladder part from somewhere. RCS off. Ah, that might work. Okay, so let's put this one right about here somewhere. And let's put this one. It's always, you always make sure to grab the right part. It's really easy to slip a little bit and pull off something you don't want to. Put it on the opposite side. Is it going to reach? It sure is. Okay, so that is that part. Now what I need is a monopropellant can. What? Oops, I'm sorry. I'm reading the chat and losing control of my Kerbal. What do the science mods you have add? I have no science mods. Other than X Science, which is just a mod to help you, you know, make science a little less tedious to collect. But no, there's no science mods. This is pretty much a stock game. All the parts are stock. All the contracts are stock. I've just dressed it up a little. What am I after? I'm after one of those monoprop. One of these guys. Okay. One of these. That's what I want. I'm just going to go to the base just for a second. Of course, now that I got tons of debris around. There we go. And I'm just going to transfer monoprop into one of these. Just so that one of these is full. So he brings a full one over there. I honestly don't think I need as much as this, but there. And then we'll end up putting that back. Okay. So I'll do the same thing where he is going to stick it to here, and then we'll stick it onto the drill. Grab, I think it's that one. Stick it there. We'll hop on over. And this, it doesn't matter where it goes. Grab it. I'm a little too far from it, I think. There we go. And I'll stick that on there. All right, let's get him inside. So is this ladder really useless? It's kind of annoying. I never tested it, I don't think. Well, obviously not, because it's not working. So if I walk up, does he get stuck? Oh no, there he goes. So it's good on the up, not good on the down. Yeah, I know. I'm a little worried this guy might tip over. I'm going to have to be super duper careful with him. I'm also noticing I have a lot of engines on. I should be shutting down these engines before I end up doing something silly like hitting the shift key and trying to take off. There's all kinds of sky cranes on. I'm going to be losing these sky cranes on here in just a little bit, but for now we're leaving them on. And then there's a motor on the bottom of the lander. Shut that down. Okay, that's good. All right, let's give this a go. Yeah, tipping over is a distinct possibility. Okay, is this it? This is it. Okay, the other thing I got happening here, let's put the SAS on. SAS on. What am I on? I'm on here. Do I not have control of it? It's out of electric charge. Oh my gosh. The batteries are dead. Okay. I must have just... Okay. I thought it had so many batteries that it really didn't matter. Well, thankfully, I can get a Kerbal just to extend the solar panels here. I probably brought them down or retracted the solar panels while I was landing and then just forgot about them. It does have a ton of lights aboard. Just make sure it's not in a position where it's going to whack our Kerbal. There we go. Okay. No big deal. Okay, get aboard. All right. So that should be charging this up pretty quickly. Whoops, I need to get on the right vehicle. That's it, right? Yep. Okay, we're getting charged up now. Okay, so what I wanted to take a look at, SAS on, first of all. I think my action groups are messed up. Which button are the action groupy things? This one. Yes. All right, so if I click on something, action group 1 is the, I think I know what I did wrong. So attached to the gear action group, I still have my small landing gear. If you missed last episode, you probably don't know why they're even there, but I'll explain momentarily. So that is on action group 1. Action group 2 is the drills and the radiators and some blinky lights. Okay, it's all good now. So I just forgot. When I landed this thing... Oh, here, let me show you the wheels I'm talking about. So if I push action group 1, I got little bitty wheels down here on the bottom. And I forgot to take them off the action groups. I should put my brakes on. And somebody also suggested, and it's probably a good idea, to turn up the friction control. Because as the lander got over here with the same wheelie business, friction control override. There it is. It's up at the top. So I just cranked that friction control up. That should help with the slidey stuff. Minmus is very slippery, and we are on a bit of a hill. Friction control. Okay, let's see how this goes. So the next step in this, brakes are on, is to retract the landing gear. Oh no, I'm going to control from here. So we're going to drive this thing. Yeah, it's like little shopping cart wheels, but they only have to be used once. And I pick them because they're nice and easy to hide away. Okay, and now I'm going to take off the landing gear. How's my EC doing? Pretty good. Let's retract this solar panel. So I don't have to worry about that getting in the way. Okay, let's retract the landing gear. Okay, we're still here. And we're got to turn it. Actually, I can see I'm oriented more or less right. So let's use RCS and a little bit backwards pushing. Oh, the brakes are still on. That doesn't help. And I am concerned about flipping this over for sure. So I'm gonna have to keep. Oh, it just wants to. It just wants to flip over. Okay, this is gonna be a gingerly thing. I'm tapping on the S key, tilting it back while I tilt this forward. So we're just gonna drive exceedingly slowly. It's working. It is a little top heavy. Just a little bit. But that's okay. Because once it's on there, then... And I wanted the little wheels because I want something that will hide away when this is all done. You know what I mean? Turn a little more this way. Don't you even think about flipping. Oh, am I out of monoprop? I might be out of monoprop. Wow. Brakes on. I think I just ran out of monoprop. I did. Okay, gear down. All right, we'll have to get another one. We're on. I can't believe I ran out of monoprop. I thought I had tons of monopropellant. Thankfully, we have the ability to take the ore that we make and make as much monopropellant that we want. We just have to be able, well, actually, to be honest, I could do it right now, but let's get this attached. So we're going to need to go back to fuzzy 1. And you're going to have to get a second monopropellant can off the lander. That's funny. SAS mode on, I don't know if SAS mode on the all of that would have really made a difference, because I actually wanted to have the ability to adjust the attitude in case it did start to flip over. It's not like when you drive a rover and you push W to go forward and then that makes it pitch forward. All of that's not an issue. Okay, let's open that one up. Oh wait, I gotta go inside the, there we are. We're gonna steal this one. Our crew here is going, we are going to get our monopropellant back, right? So I don't want to have to worry about that when we go back up to the station. Okay, back to fuzzy 1. Oh, that one. All right, same deal. We're going to move it over to the lander, or to the drill thing, but unfortunately the drill thing's over here now. Oops, crashing into... Put your lights on. Construction mode. Grab that. Right there. Again, where this gets stuck onto the lander makes no difference. Or onto the drill. There we go. How did you get out of the dome? Kerbal is flat. Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. Has to be someone. Okay, let's see. Get you back inside and we will continue with the process that we started. Board, okay. Back to the lander. Is that the lander? It is. Okay. Again, just to make sure, control from here. Wheels are still down. Brakes on. Gear up. Okay, RCS brakes off. And back up. Almost lined up with the docking port as it is. Okay, let's try and start to straighten out a little bit. Aim straight at the docking port. Oh wait, I'm pushing the wrong way. That doesn't help. Whoop. Started wanting to tilt forward. Had to get control of that. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Don't, no, oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, the inevitable happened. Oh, and then I might have panicked a little bit. I'm gonna let this settle down. Ah, the reaction, once it started to go, the reaction wheels were not good enough. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. And me without a quick save. Okay, let's put the gear down. Let's put the other gear down. Oh, I might be in trouble now. I don't think I can stand this up. Oh, maybe I can. Oh my gosh, is Minmus gonna be my buddy? Okay, wait. First of all. Oh. My, vantage point on the Navball is hardly a deal. I don't... No. Put it down. Put it down. Okay. I need to change my point of reference on the Navball to here. It was hard for me to tell which way is up. Control from here. Okay, now I know which way is up. Let's see. I'm amazed. How did I lose that so easily then? Okay. Okay. Minmus's low gravity is gonna be my bud. It's gonna be my bud. No, it wants to fall to one side. Oh my gosh. Ugh! Ugh! My EC is still holding up. Okay, here we go. Up, 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 up. Turn RCS off. Up, 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 up. 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 Up again. Okay. Wheels. Brakes. Oh my god, I cannot believe I recovered. I thought I was doomed. I thought I was doomed. Okay, I used up a lot of monopropellant though doing all that stuff. Okay. Let's turn. Oh no, we got to go back to this. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat right now. I'm going to really have to concentrate on what I'm doing here. Control from here. Roll, 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 roll. Nope. Nope, nope. You know, Okay, you know. What my issue is it's really hard to tell when it starts going sideways which way is up. And then I end up correcting the wrong way and then I'm done. Let's control from here again. Maybe the thing to do is not change the control point to the docking port, because that's how I'm losing it. You see here, I can get it back up again without too much trouble. You roll it approximately pointing the right way. Okay. Get the gear back up. I'm going to try it without... Okay, brakes off. RCS on. There we go. Oh, but now... Oh, God. Nope, nope. Now I don't know which way's forward. This way's forward. I am gobbling that monoprop, though. There we go. We're rolling. And then I can see the chat rolling out the corner of my eye. And I'm not in a position to engage with it. Sorry. This is taking way too much concentration. My eyeballs cannot leave. Look at my monoprop gauge, though, over here. It's like almost dead. I think I just... I keep pushing the wrong way, too, now. Okay, I'm out. I am out. Let's put the gear. Brakes on. Gear down. Stay where you are. Okay, we're going to try this again. Oh, my gosh. Can I drop the sky crane? I could drop the sky crane. That's true. I'm not sure how much weight that is, but that's a point. That is a point. I could do that. Is there more monoprop in the debris? Don't think so. But we're gonna... Again, you know, why don't I do this? Rather than bring over another can, I think I had it on 2. Whee! I think I had it on 2 for the drills. Must complete action before activating deploy drill. Oh, I gotta do deploy drill. I don't know why that was deploy drill. Okay. I'm gonna suck up some more. Start service harvesting. Start surface harvesting. I think my guy got my action group sort of goofy right now. Okay, I'm going to make some ore. Here, let's extend our solar panels here a bit. Fortunately, I'm not oriented particularly well for them. I am collecting a bit of ore. And what I want to do is make monoprop. Oh, I'm charging. That's good. I was worried once I got all this going and with the solar panels at the terrible angle that they are. All right. What is the mission today? The mission right now, and this is turning into more of a headache than I thought, is simply to get this drilling platform attached to this docking port. And it's fallen over a couple of times. Of course, people looking at it are going, well, yeah, of course it fell over. But I'm going to, yep, my monoprop is now building. The sun is rising, so that's good. Okay, so let's do a little bit of time warping. We are converting ore. Oh, wait, the other thing I should do. Whoa, I hate that sort of physics hop. Activate the radiators. Activate the radiator. Activate the radiator. It's the drills that generate a lot of heat. So I want to activate that. My electricity is doing well. I should be converting and making monopropellant. I am, so let's go. Now you can see the core temperature coming down. It was running a little hot. The thermal efficiency is improving. That's because I forgot to turn on these radiators. Okay, let's keep drilling. Monoprop increasing. I'm going to go until it's full. Oh, I got things going overhead. Waypoints going overhead. Okay, okay. That is good. That is good. What is this? I got a notification here. World's first milestones. You have started constructing a surface outpost on Minmus. I guess I did. I don't know how long that's been lying there for. Okay. Let's stop the ores. Stop and stop. Let's retract the drills. Retract the drills. And let's stop making monopropellant. Let's retract our solar panels. And we're going to give this another go. Do ground anchors work? They do. You can put a ground anchor down and then just start building off of it. I didn't think about that. Don't have one here, so it's kind of not exactly going to help me. Okay. Wheelies down. Gear up. Brakes are on. RCS on. It is W now that goes forward. No, it's not. It's S that goes forward. I got to remember that. I think. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, it's not. It's like K. Jeepers creepers. Moron. Okay. So I'm going to just try and do this with my eyeballs. As opposed to... because I was having a lot of trouble keeping this upright. I would start to lose it to one side, and it was really hard when I had the Navball oriented the other way to know what was what. So I'm just going to do this with the eyeballs here. Gingerly make my way in the direction I want to go. You're very welcome on the videos there, Woodhouse. I am glad they help. This game is not an easy one to get started with. I is for this. Yep. Now I can see much more easily which way's up on the Navball, obviously. Okay, and I gotta roll this way. Ah, back up. Back up. Back up. It's close. Okay, back up a little bit. It was I think. Come on, you want it. You want it. You want it. You want it. Roll back a bit. Okay. Might be on a bit of an angle. It is. It's on in a jaunty slant. 'Cause I don't know if I like that. I'm not sure I like it. Should I risk the undocking is the question, though. Ah, crap! Crap! That was a mistake. That was a mistake. I thought I would be on you. You bastard. Thank God I... Boy, it's just bouncing now. Come on, up, up, up. That was a mistake. I didn't like the jaunty slant. I'm sure it would have worked. Why is it spinning like that rather than... Oh, wait, wait, wait. Do I need to select... This is my control point? I know people are suggesting the control from here. No, that part's right. Just wants to spin when I do that. Oh, I got my hands in the wrong spot. For goodness sakes. Oh my God. Now I'm back to square one again. Oh, the brakes are still on. There. All right. I hated that jaunty slant. I don't want to have to drill for more monopropellant. That would be bad. Try this again and try not to do the whole jaunty slant business. Maybe once I have this lined up better, to go back to the... Okay. Brakes on for a second. Control from here. Set that as a target. This might be a mistake again. Ah! No, see, this is the problem. This is the problem. It starts to fall. Oh my God. That, okay, that whole thing was a mistake. That was a mistake. Down it goes. You know what? This is like when you see like someone in a mascot costume that's incredibly unwieldy and they just can't stay on their feet. Okay, don't do that again. Don't do that again. Again, I'm seeing a lot of stuff in the chat, and when I'm in the middle of falling, I really can't look at it. So I'm going to just get this back up, and we're going to look here. You can move... What? Just what? Just a sec. You can move the base to match the drill unit. I don't think I can move the base. It's not all on wheels. I don't see how to move the base. The slanted position would have definitely... I know the slanted position would have worked. It was just my sense of aesthetics. I couldn't deal with it. You just use the landing legs for stiffness to balance it out. Yeah, I do. It's here. We're gonna walk it this way. Oh no, that's a mistake. Just get back up, straight up. Wheels. Okay, get stable. Okay, I'm not going to go and set the docking port as a thing again. That is, I'm done with that. Oh, the brakes are still on. Brakes off. Just go slow. I'm low on monoprop, though. Oh, I can't even tell if I'm lined up with it. I sure as heck am not. And I'm out of monoprop. Ah, okay. It is so close. I might be able to just... People were talking about... Or there was one mention about moving the base. Which isn't going to work. But there is... Maybe I can torque it over there. Like if I do this... Will it torque? I'm trying to... like that. Oh, so close and yet so far. Okay, let's start this all again. Noticing this is on like a terrible slant. There we go. Oh, I think the SAS was actually holding it that way. Oh my gosh, it feels like if I just put the wheels on and just rolled a bit, it would do it. I'm going to try it. Because it's downhill. Okay, brakes off. Gear up. Are you just going to roll there? That would be super. I'm done. I am done. That's official. I'm not screwing with this no more. Let's extend those. And it's not even slanted. Oh my gosh, that was way too much work. Okay, extend that. Or retract those. Retract those. Okay, now as far as the contract goes, let's just take a look at the contract. Remember I said at the beginning that I think it's borked? This surface outpost one. Oh no! I need one more unit of... It only has 6,120 units of electricity aboard. And I did that because there's still another module to come to go here. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not going to bother with it because I don't need it. Poop! But I need it. I need it to satisfy this contract. Oh, that's awful. All right. Well, what we're going to do then in the meantime, we're going to get rid of some of these sky cranes. So we're going to control from here. And we're going to aim my camera up there. Let me do that. Maybe I have to do it this way. Aim the camera up here. Okay, and I'm going to attach onto this decoupler. And that are these motors here. They are. So we're going to fire up these motors just a little bit. I don't want to actually lift this thing off the ground, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stage this decoupler. Which one is it? Is it that one? Sorry, just a sec. Yep, okay. And what's holding on this one? Must be another decoupler. I don't know. Okay, we're going to give this a go. Get rid of the sky crane. So I'm going to give a little bit of thrust, just a little. How about SAS on? A little thrust. And I'm going to stage this decouple. That's the idea. Okay, and we're going to pop back and let that thing just go on its merry way. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, now I'm stuck with it. Shoot. Can I steer? Can I tilt? I don't know if I have any attitude control on this thing. I don't. I can cut the throttle, though. I got too far away. It won't let me flip back. Are there batteries on the orange tank? Oh, I don't know. No, those were all dummy stages that I just threw away. I'm going to have to get another module over here. So, yeah, as per usual, things aren't well thought out. But anyone who's watched this series for a bit should be pretty gosh darn used to that. Yeah, I got the arm. Why is that not showing up over here? Oh, I got to push that button. There we go. I'm keeping track of alarms. I also have a ejection to perform at some point. Okay, well, let's follow this to its demise, I suppose. How high is it gonna go? Oh my god, am I... okay, it's got escape velocity, so I'm going back to the main menu. Oh wait, maybe we can just do it from here. Bases. Oh, come on, there was a base. There's a base down there. Why you have to be this way? Switch to. Okay. You're going to see this Minmus base a lot there, Space Guy. That's what live streaming is all about. You know, like, these missions ain't quick. And that's just what life is. Okay, so this is back here, all right. Now we're going to do this guy. Same sort of plan. Now, this one does not have a probe body on it. It does have this decoupler, which I find interesting that I don't see it in the staging diagram. So what I'm going to do instead is just throttles off. Yeah, activate each of these engines. But this thing won't be controllable once it stages. I wonder why I did the two differently. I don't know. Let's actually retract these two here. And retract this one. Okay. Okay, so we're going to throttle up again a little bit. Doesn't take much. And then decouple. There we go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And that one will just... it's going away. Forever and ever. Okay, we got rid of our sky cranes. Let's extend these. Extend these. Extend those antennas. Extend these at that antenna. Okay, and lights. Seem to be some of the lights have gone out. There we go. Light are all up. And I guess I'm just gonna start drilling. Deploy that drill. Deploy this drill. And then I gotta go get that base. Or that module. And start harvester. Start harvester. And this should be, yep, the reactor or the radiators are on, so this should just be happy days. You're very welcome there. Is it Smudgy Coasters? Yeah. I was debating to fill this lander up, but I don't think I can afford the, I think I have to keep it there for the satisfying of this contract. I have to support at least 8 Kerbals. Yeah, so I need the lander attached to get my number 8. Alright. Alright, I'm going to leave it then. Let's go back to Space Center. Let's bring that next module. Okay. Oh, look at the rain. Oh, it's like a sun shower. We need, I shouldn't say this without assuming that BlackRack didn't automatically put it in, but you know what we need in a situation like that with the sun really low over here and it raining like this? We need a rainbow over on the opposite side. Am I asking for too much? I probably am asking for too much. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go into the spaceplane hangar. As our sound effect from that last bit of thunder rumbles in the background. And we're bringing up our Minmus base. There we go. And this is the module with its 4,000 units of electric charge that shall put it over the top. So we need to make like this the root part. And we need to take this and we need to chuck it away. And we need to, is this all empty? It should be. We'll empty it over on the other side. And monopropellant cans and everything. Okay. Let's pop over to the vehicle assembly building. This thing really should go empty. Because that's the whole idea, is this is just a can to be filled up, right? Oh, and I need to put do the same wheel trick on this. So we will get those wheels. Why am I not anywhere near the wheels tab? There we go. Those wheels is what I'm looking for. And we'll put this onto mirror symmetry, two-way you know what? Okay, should have done this while I was still in the spaceplane hangar, so we're going to start all over. Minmus base, here we go. We need those wheels on here. And they need to be mirrored the other way, so we're going to make this docking port here the root part. And that should change the mirror line. It did, but not in the way. Nope, that didn't. So maybe this docking port here needs to be the root part. Around here-ish. Does that get the mirror line the way I want? Am I just crazy? Okay. Two-way symmetry. Mirror. Where's that other one? Okay. I want the mirror to be along this line. I thought it would have been fine if I made this the root part here. That's that way. I'm struggling. Okay. Maybe make that one the root part. That's a trick that's never failed me. That is so strange. What if I temporarily put a docking port here, made it the root part? Oh, was I not clicking? Was that my own dumbness, just not clicking? I think it might have been. Like, I would think I was just hit. Yeah, there we go. I think I'm just an idiot. But what else is new? Okay, there we go. Take snap off. Boom. That's what I'm looking for. And then the same thing on this side. And while we're thinking about this ahead of time, let's click on these and adjust the friction way up. Keep the slippy slideys from happening. Adjust the friction way up, like so. Okay. They need to be down. Go take a look at the chat. It's got to be your own decision, Space Guy, whether you want to recreate this thing or not. I can't help you with that. You should download the something theme from VAB Organizer. VAB Organizer is what it sounds. Oh, I got VAB Organizer in my RP1 game. I don't know if I need it here. RP1, it's like super useful, but here I didn't. I know more or less where the parts are. Okay, we're just going to get the wheels down to be at the same level as the landing gear there. I want to get them so they sort of match. There we go. And make them as wide as I can. As well. There we are. Okay, and then we're going to do, this is the same trick I was doing with all of these, is I was using one of those structural tubes. I think it's that one. Just putting it there, increasing the length a little bit, so that gives me, I don't know, maybe they don't need to be as long. Yeah, probably. Get the length back. And then that way, these, when they're retracted, right, are nice and hidden in there, and you don't see them. Maybe even tuck them in a little bit. So maybe tuck them this way. So there's these little nondescript little bumps that's hard for people to even know what they are. That's good. All right, so that is that. That is that. We want this fuel tank empty. We want these things. I'm not going to take all the monoprop out, just some of it, because we'll use some of it to do the driving. And that's what I forgot before, is the make this the root part. And take this docking port off. I don't know why, but I got a clone of it over here. And also take all of that off. Okay, and let's put on some RCS thrusters. That's where I screwed up before. So RCS blocks. Just need the small ones. You're going to do very nicely. And I'll put them on here on just two-way symmetry, roughly placing them for now. Actually, maybe I should get the big ones. These are pretty... Let's get the big ones. And then find that variant that's like a two-way variant. That's the one. And rotate them like that. So that's drive forward, that's drive backwards, that's all I need. Okay. That is good, that is good, that is good. Let us go over to the vehicle assembly building. We will save this as the Minmus fuel tank. Minmus base fuel tank. Yep, yep. There'll be, yeah, I'll put on solar panels and stuff in just a little bit. Let's make the top of this the root part. And let's roll it that way. Good stuff. And let's bring her up. Because this thing still needs the sky crane and all that business on it. Okay, we'll retract the landing gear. Oh, I should get into action groups. On the gear action group, I do not want those little landing doobies on it. And on action group number 1, we want these guys. Toggle, toggle, toggle. Extend, retract. I should also put some lights on this thing. Extend, retract. Okay, some landing lights, and we're gonna build a little sky crane for it. There we are. Happy with that. That'll do for landing lights. I think that's all I need. Sorry, I'm losing track of what I had. Oh yeah, I want to still do some In the light action group, I want to take out those illuminators I just put in and attach them to the gear action group. Perfect. Okay. All right, we need a sky crane. Sky crane's just going to do the final little bit of the descent, like 100 meters per second worth, and that's about it. I'm going to put a TD-12 decoupler on that. Let's put... Just trying to think how to get this on here looking okie dokie. What is that? That might work all right. It's a little heavier than what I've been using thus far, but should be good. And then some of those cubic octagonal struts. Oh wait, you know what I need? For goodness sakes, I need some fuel. Because there's no fuel in this. Where's my Oscar B? There we are. And we'll grab 4 of these guys. This isn't going to be the final thing. This is just so I can look at some numbers. Thrust to weight's okay. 53 meters per second. Probably could use a little more. Fuel cans. Mass. I can do this. There we go. This is a heavy module. Right, that's okay. Tuck these inside a little bit. Like that. And then we gotta extend those outwards. Away. Now this is not in the center here. Let's see if we can move this to the center. This is the kind of thing that drives me batty. There's just no good controls for this. Just kind of get it towards the center of the circle. There we go. That's good. And now move it up. Now one thing, I need a probe body on this because there is no probe body inside there, so we're going to use the and I also need probably some batteries in here might not be a bad idea, and definitely some solar panels because I've yet to put any solar panels on this. You know what I might do? I might put the solar panels on the next piece, is what I'm thinking. Okay. I'm looking again at the chat. Don't forget about roll, pitch, yaw on those RCS blocks. Yes, I know. But these are just... Actually, that's a good idea. Let's do that now. Yaw, pitch, roll. In fact, they're not even going to do port start. Well, they might end... You know what? I'll leave those on, depending on how I have things oriented. Now, what I'm going to look at is if I imagine this thing on the surface. See, this is what I couldn't do before. If I put on the center of mass, those RCS blocks should be a lot higher. Is that really where the center... Oh, because there's tons of fuel in that. Close, close. There we go. Oh, no. You can keep them open. Okay. Still, I'm shocked the center of mass is as high as it is. Even as this, it's not going to go down that much. I guess because of the motors. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these RCS blocks so that they are closer to the center of mass. And that should help with the tendency to want to tip over problem that I was having before. Okay. That should be good. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to put solar on the next stage. Communications. Communications it's going to need. And I'll put communications just in... You know what? Just going to put one big fatty right on top. Boink. There we go. That should do for communication. Let's make this octo the root part. So that's what's going to be flying from pretty much the whole thing. Why don't you use the big tank? No, no. I want this to go empty. I don't know. We'll get it there without a problem. So, oh, wow. Look what my delta V is. Did it finally just make this... Okay. That delta... Oh, because I had all of that in there. That's why the delta V was so low. Okay, so I don't need this. Okay, that's much better. That's much better. That's why the delta V was so low. Now there's a ton. Alright, so I need to make myself a little bit of a budget. This is where I pull out my calculator for exciting video presentations. Always just do all your calculations away. And I need to build this transfer stage. So the transfer stage has to do the transfer out to Minmus. This is going to be the next stage on this, which is 930 meters per second. It's got to do the Minmus capture, which is 150. It's got to do the descent. I have 230, but I'm going to add a fair bit to that. Let's make it... I usually add... Oh no, 230 is my number. Sorry, that's not the one on the... That's the one I made up. So 230 for the descent. I got 1310. And I want to also have it do the upper part of the orbital insertion. So I'm looking at something at around 2300 meters per second to go underneath this. So we're going to get a decoupler. The TD-25 decoupler right under there. We're going to start with a big fuel can. Let's just arrange these by name. Not suit like a 2.5 meter, this kind of a deal. We'll start with you and a poodle. That's always my default until I come up with a better idea. So that's a total of 25. That's already in the ballpark. That's already, if anything, it's a little bit too much. That's cool. That's cool. Let me think. Oh, some sort of reaction wheels. There are no reaction wheels here. Oh, for goodness sakes. This would be an adventure, wouldn't it? So if I took this off... Actually... I could put a big set of reaction wheels right here. Like those guys. And then they'll go with the sky crane, because obviously once it's done, that's cool. And I'm still I'm looking for around 2300. Well, let's check the staging, make sure this is sensible. I don't think it is. That belongs right at the top. That belongs with this. Yes, there. There we go. So now I want to put a little bit more fuel on you, right? No, I don't think so. A little bit of solar. I don't see any reason why not just to have some lazy, hazy-bazy. Let's do that. This thing's not going to use a lot of power on its way there. Oh, it needs a fairing around this, doesn't it? It certainly does. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this antenna, stick her on the side, and I'm going to take advantage of that dot. I'm going to do a backwards thingy. Let's use a 1.875 meter fairing base, turn it upside down, turn on the interstage nodes, pop it up a level. That's what I'm talking about. And then build down. we'll come in like this and just close the fairing. Oh, we'll put a nose cone on the top of that. It'll be beautiful. It'll be beautiful. Okay, and 4 sides on that puppy, and clamshell deploy, and a big nose cone on the top. Should have a 1.875 meter nose cone somewhere. Are you a 1.875 meter nose cone? No, that's the really big 3.75 meter nose cone. Let's go to sort by sizes. 1.875 is what's on the top. There is a 1.875 meter nose cone, is there not? Am I just blind? Serious? Okay, I'm either blind or there just isn't a 1.875 meter nose cone. Alright, so what we're going to do instead, how about you? Yes, that's the idea. Going to take the fuel out of that, so it's just a structural part. And we're going to go down. Down, down, down. Boring old bonk. There we go. There's my nose cone. Okay, I'm reasonably okay. Okay, this, all this, this decoupler needs to go here. Oh, I need another, there's more I need in here, sorry. I also need, before I get too carried away, take you away, is a decoupler in there. Nope, a little guy like you. Now put this back. Can I get away with that? No. Let's go back to that. Let's take off that truss structure. Now I got to rebuild the fairing, unfortunately. Oh, it was mostly built. Wonderful. Okay, and I'm going to get a separatron. And we're going to stick the separatron in here, roll it around. Slide her in. Out, down a little bit. And deliberately leave it off center. So the idea will be that when we stage all this business, this nose cone will just fly off towards one side. Let's take a look at our staging. That should get staged at the same time as the fairing, which should be staged at the same time as that decoupler. That is all groovy. And I don't think I need all the fuel in there because it's just going to give us this little push. Yeah, I'll take out half of it. All right, I'm pretty pleased with that. So now we just need to put a booster underneath all this. And I need to come up with a complete and total budget of about 49, call it 5,000. I should be able to do that easy. Another decoupler. I'm just going to go with the Jumbo 64. Probably like a mainsail under that. Might need still some more fuel. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Oh wait, that's not right. That decoupler belongs with this motor here. There we go. Not far off. I tell you what. I'll tell you what. I might put another little bit more fuel, but I might be very close to just calling this one. Can I get away with this? Probably not. I'm not going to get away with a smaller engine. Let's sneak in some more reaction wheels because why not? Some of those big guys right there. And some fins as kind of a suggestion. I always say that. A suggestion of aerodynamic stability. Right there. What other textures do I got? Just the orange tank, and then it's shiny versions. No, we'll keep it the way it is. Yeah. All right. What is the decoupler in stage 3? It is the TD-25 decoupler. If I'm, well, there now isn't. Oh, that decoupler in stage 3 is the decoupler that holds this nose cone on in the fairing base. So when we stage the fairing, that'll detach and it'll, you know, that's that plan. Okay, and there we go. Launch clamps. Turn down the thrust to weight ratio. That feels good. About 1.36. I don't know. This is where I say, what am I missing? What am I missing? But I'm not entirely sure I am missing anything. The docking port's still there. There it is there. What do the launch clamps do? Hold the rocket up. More specifically, actually holds the rocket down to the engine spool up, though in KSP the engine spool up almost automatically. So there is an antenna. It is way up here. I hitified it right there. Right on there. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll put that into an action group to toggle that antenna. Lights. Nah. I got those landing lights. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Okay. Lights. The only lights I got are the landing lights. Should I put on some more? I should put on some more blinky lights. I was about to get away with not putting on more blinky lights, but you're 100% right. Let's put the blinky lights just on this part. I'm just thinking where. This will be where the docking port is. So I'm picturing it attached to the station. That part will all be gone. Let's put them up here. And we'll make them white. We'll make them blink. We'll make them blink every every 1 second is good. And we'll kind of tint them towards kind of an amber color. And then we'll just do the same. Like so. On local. It's up a bit. So it's sort of like a double set of blinky lights. Like so. I'm done for lights. That's good enough. Okay. I don't know. I'm inclined to kind of go for it. Because I'm not entirely sure I'm missing anything. Whenever I go through this quickly, I always feel like I'm missing something. Because quite often I do. I think I'm just going to go for it. Let's go for it. Remember, it was raining outside, so let's do it. Let's do it. So, Smudgy Coasters is saying there is a correct size nose cone available. Well, yeah, but it's gone. Yeah. I figured there had to be. I'm just surprised. I don't know. I don't know why I was missing it. So we're out in our sun shower here. Our little sun thunderstorm. So like Minmus is a target. We got thunder and lightning happening over that way. Whoa, exciting stuff. No rainbow though. That would be so cool. So pretty. Okay, I am being so totally distracted. When's our launch window coming up? It's coming up in 1 hour and 45 minutes. Let's get rid of all of this excess stuff. I can see I got debris I really should be cleaning up. So in 1 hour and 45 minutes, I'm going to have to be launching to the north. About 6 degrees. Okay, it'll be in the middle of the day, so that's nice. So, unfortunately, we do have to do some time warping, so we're going to get away from this thunderstorm. Ooh, a little bit jittery on the cloud motion when time warping. A little faster than that. little faster still. Okay. 20 minutes. And again, I'm just going to verify that I do need to go. So it's about 4 minutes to the launch window. Definitely need to launch towards the north. Minmus is in a 6-degree inclined orbit. All the staging making sense. Oh, wait. That's what I forgot to do. Typically, whoop, we can do it here. Typically, I like to stage the fairing with action groups. Thankfully, I can do it right here. So we're going to click on Hue and deploy the fairing on action group 5. And then I think I got to get in there and find that decoupler. Find the right decoupler. This might be trickier than I think it is. Oh, wait, I can do it this way, silly. Find that decoupler. Pin that. Oh, this might be trickier than I thought. Might have to go for it. Might be tricky because I can't pin that menu. There's a decoupler. I think it is this one. It is. I want to make sure just not to hit the one that stages the... that is the probe body. Right above that, if I can get it. That's it. Decouple you. And there's a separatron. I saw it very briefly. It's going to be just tricky to get. Let's close this again. Let's aim our camera up here. See if I can get it this way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. There it is. Edit action groups. You're going to be a pain, aren't you? There's the Separatron, and we'll toggle that engine. Perfect. Okay. Reset the camera. We're set. We're set. Yep. No, I know. I forgot to put the fairing in an action group, and that's why I took the whole fairing collection and put that up at the top. I like to do it in an action group so that I can control exactly when it's going to stage. If all of a sudden I don't know. I just find it's a good habit. Okay, we're ready. We're ready. So throttle. Wait a minute. We're not at our window yet. Still 20 minutes and 20 seconds. So we'll time warp that away. Okay, about a minute to go. Always paranoid about over time warping because I have a tendency to do that. SAS on, throttle up. And I don't have to be exactly at this. We got about 6 seconds to go. So let's just do it. Off we go. With our Minmus. I was planning not to have to bring this thing over at all. If I put more electricity on the other modules, I wouldn't have had to. But oh well. Okay. Knocking it over. We're going to aim for a heading of about 83 degrees. Wow, it's a little wayward. A little wayward. 83 degrees is what I'm aiming for here, which is about 7 degrees north of 90. This on watching our time to Apple. 83, 82, 81. A little high, a little more southwards. But for the most part, you don't have to fuss about it too much. Yeah, it's pretty close to 83. Okay. We're just letting this go, locked to the prograde vector, really not changing much of anything as we ascend. I'm getting over 50 seconds to the Apple axis, so I'm going to start throttling down. Just like a show. And the thing we want to watch is this inclination. When it gets to 6 degrees, we lock it to the orbital prograde vector. And then it should just be right in the plane of Minmus's orbit, which is the idea. Just coming up to 30 kilometers in altitude, 5 degrees on the inclination. I should have inclination up here too, but I'm so used to using these little stock tool now that I don't worry about it looking at getting there. I hardly ever look up here anymore. Where whoa, back to surface, please. That's it. Surface, please. 5.3 degrees. Still climbing. A little lower on the throttle. Almost getting ready for fairing separation. 5.6 degrees. Oh, more throttle. .7 degrees. Let's do the fairings. There we go. Oh, yeah, nose cone go off. That went great. I love that. That one's super. 5.9 degrees. 6. We're going to lock it to orbit. Okay. Put some lights on. How about the next stage? Caught napping there. Caught napping. Going to the poodle. And this poodle should do pretty much all the rest of the work for this to get it all the way down to just about the surface of Minmus. And then the little sky crane does the last little bit. Yeah, I start throttling down when it's about a little over 50, maybe around 55 seconds to apoapsis, and then I just try and kind of hold it. I don't get super critical about it. Right now I can see it's a minute and 4. That's okay. But, oh, I can already tell. I just hit 80 on the apoapsis. Normally I'm, oh well, whatever. What's nice is just to keep the throttle where it was doing, and then it's all good. Unfortunately, I had to cut it because I got to 80 kilometers on the apoapsis. So now I got to do the rest of it this way. Let's take it off the lock to prograde. Put it down here. Wait till we're a little closer. And then you can do almost all the work of raising your periapsis before your apoapsis ever gets to 80, which is nice. Okay, let's give it a little throttle here. I'll try and keep the apoapsis from climbing by pitching down a little bit, but I do want to watch that time to apo 2. More throttle. You don't want to get past your apoapsis and start going down. Here it comes. 80 by 85. Not my bestest, but it'll do. Okay, anyway, we're in orbit. We still have 19, almost 1,300 meters per second. I don't know why I said 19, but I did. We're going to Minmus. That is obviously way too much. It's about 930, right? Yeah. Even that's too much. 930 is like... There we go. And we'll just tweak this in. Uh-oh, I missed it. Okay, we'll dial this up a bit. There we go. Where is that base located? That's a very good question. Focus view on the base. Oh, shoot. I don't know what it's called. Okay, there's a crap ton of debris. That'll help. It's probably down here. I got to go back and rename this thing. Is it... Or maybe it's a lander? Is this it here? Minmus Base Core Probe. Okay, so I got to get into pretty much a polar orbit if I'm going to reach that. Okay, that's what I was looking at. Like, if it was closer to the equator, I wouldn't worry about going into a polar orbit. But it's not. It's very close to one of the poles. So... Back on the maneuver. Dial this in a little bit. So I'm coming over one of the poles. We'll do a little bit of a correction, obviously. There we go. Have I always been into space? That's such a great question. I got into space in elementary school. Probably grade 4 or 5, doing a project. Yes, a classic, right? Project on the solar system. This was right around, and I'm going to really age myself now. This was right around the time of the Viking Mars landers. So it was the Viking Mars lander that really kind of, you know, hit me at around the right age, and I really got into it. Did newspaper clippings and all that kind of stuff. Also, that was the right around that same time period. Skylab was a big thing. The Apollo-Soyuz rendezvous was a big deal at that time, which of course was more of a political symbolic thing than anything else. But I got big into it around that time. Soon after that, honestly, though, my interest more geared towards astrophysics than it did towards actual spacecrafts. I'm not an engineer. I'm a theoretical guy. But yeah, it was a great question. Okay, we're going to go this way. Let's turn the gimbal down on this. But yeah, so my interests really were in physics and astrophysics, which I studied for a little while. And that gave me, quite honestly, a bit of a leg up when it came to this game. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm just about to do this burn, and then I'll get you your question there, Smudgy Coasters. We're about 20 seconds away, so I has to concentrate. So 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And we're off. This is going to be about what? 35 seconds? 35-second burn. Watch it from here. Okay. Pushing out that apoapsis. Closing in on Minmus. Let's start reducing throttle a bit. Let's start reducing throttle a lot. It suddenly gets on Minmus like super quick. That's a lovely luxury in KSP, is these infinitely relightable, infinitely throttleable, I'm stopping, engines that you can do stuff like what I just did there. So what was that? Sorry to ask again, but what are the pros and cons of launching during the launch window versus any time? The advantage of doing the launch is that I put the parking orbit. Let's put it back to where the vessel is. The parking orbit of my vessel is in the same plane as Minmus. So you can see that this blue trajectory is in the same plane as Minmus's orbit. So that I was able to actually do that all in one burn without having to worry about doing any kind of orbital correction. Now, I am going to do a bit of an orbital correction because I am running into Minmus, which I don't want to do. But still, that orbital correction is going to be trivial. I also just find it easier, just generally easier to do it that way. It's not, I don't find it. Some people say they don't. Some people don't. They'll just always launch equatorial and then they'll do a plane change on the way out. And that's fine too. It's kind of a personal thing. That's the way I like to do it. Let's see. I need to go a little bit this way. Get that out of there. About there. And I want this to be maybe a little retrograde. Want that to be very close to a polar orbit. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I do want to make sure that I go over my landing site. That looks pretty good. So you can see, like here, this is a 0.3 meter per second burn. So it's going to be like virtually nothing. Let's put this on normal. No, I would actually, I'm just catching up with Kerbal Physics saying he always assumed I was an engineer. No, I'm an awful engineer. I do not have those mechanical skills. I have a brother who definitely has those mechanical skills. My dad had those mechanical skills, but I don't. You give me a busted engine and I'm like, I guess I'm taking it to a mechanic. I can tell you theoretically how the engine works, but not how to do anything with it. Okay. Why does the apoapsis height increase so rapidly further? That's the Oberth effect at work there, TDR Mint. Why it goes so quickly towards the end. Has to do with when you are... I'll try and give this as simple an explanation as I can. Right now, this thing has what we call mechanical energy, this vessel. There are two forms of mechanical energy that it has. One is its kinetic energy, and that's due to its velocity right now. And the other is its gravitational potential energy due to its altitude. And right now, I put in a bunch of kinetic energy, and it is, because it's increasing in altitude, losing kinetic energy, but gaining gravitational potential energy. And when you move around in an orbit, that's exactly what all you're doing, is swapping back and forth between kinetic energy and gravitational potential energy. However, kinetic energy goes up by the square of your velocity. So if you double your velocity, you quadruple your kinetic energy. If you triple your velocity, you go up with your kinetic energy by 9 times. Your gravitational potential energy is linear. You double your height, you double your gravitational potential energy. You triple your height, you triple your gravitational potential energy. So as you increase your velocity and your energy is going up by the square of that, then that energy gets translated into gravitational potential, which is going up by the linear relationship. I don't think I'm really explaining this very well. At a high velocity, you start getting more and more bang for your buck in terms of how much altitude you get out of that. So the result is as your ship is speeding up, you will see the rate at which your altitude is increasing, or at least your predicted altitude, that's what your apoapsis is, will increase faster and faster and faster and faster because the kinetic energy is going up by the square. I'm hoping that makes sense. Anyway, let's, where am I at? I have this burn coming up in 2 days. Let's do that. So out we go. I don't think that was a stupid question at all, by the way. And actually, all of that is, you may hear people talk about the Oberth effect. That is the key to why the Oberth effect works, is that relationship between kinetic and potential and gravitational energy. Okay, we are way out far from Kerbal. We're about to do this little burn here, and I'm just going to do it just very slowly because it's so tiny. This is something that if I had proper RCS on this thing, I could do this with RCS, but I don't. So I'm just doing it this way. Getting about 10 kilometers. There we go. All right, so this guy is on its way out to Minmus. It's going to be in Minmus's SOI. And how long? Oh my gosh, it's all glitchy out here. It isn't 31 days. That's bonkers. 6 days. 6 days. So I got this ARM1 Tweak Your Maneuver coming up. So why don't we take a look at that? Let's just take a look at it. It's coming up first. So switch to this. What are we doing right now? Right now, I'm switching to my ARM1, which is going to go out and get an A-class asteroid. And I've been fiddling with this maneuver for the past couple of streams. Keep thinking it's better if I keep pushing it further and further out. As you can see, it's in orbit of Minmus. In fact, oh my gosh, I got too many stings. In fact, it's in a polar orbit of Minmus, and what I'm looking for is to do an ejection burn. Da-da-dun-dun-dun-dum. Oh, yes, I want to do an injection burn to get... Where's my... Why won't I... Oh, I can't scroll out further than that, you silly. There it is. There's my asteroid there. So the idea, yes. So this is the trajectory of my incoming asteroid. This is my... Let's just time warp to this. Let's time warp to this alarm. My idea is to create a burn, come out so that my periapsis is really close to Kerbal, and then I'm going to eject myself out in this direction and go chase this asteroid that's coming in on us. That's the idea. But right now, yeah, let's just time warp. Says I got to tweak this maneuver still. Oh, extend the antenna. Ah, my gosh. Did I forget to do that? I did. Okay, let's go do that real fast. Oh, I hope I didn't just screw something up bad. Okay, we stopped that. Let's see if we can get over to our... Oh, boy. Is this it here? Switch to. I forgot to extend the antenna. I forgot to extend the antenna. Now... Oh. Well, you can see what this is. Okay, that's not what I'm interested in. That's funny. That was from earlier in this stream. There's what I'm interested in. That was the sky crane that put down that I shot off. And do I have a signal? I do not, but I think I have limited probe control. So I think I'm okay. Where's that intent? Oh, I put it on a 0. There it goes. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right, that's that taken care of. Let's get back. Let's get back to here. Switch to. Oh my gosh. All right, back to this fella. So I need to take a look at this maneuver. Again, I got way too much garbage in my face. So the idea... This really doesn't feel right. Now I can see why I was having trouble. It needs to burn off in this direction. That way. This ejection needs to be that way. So let's... I think I keep underestimating how slow Minmus is. So we need to wait until Minmus moves along enough in its orbit. Did I miss a window? I might just say screw it and go for it. I'm really worried that... what if I put in a bunch of this? Okay, that might have been a little too much of that. So I'm going to lower this down. More retrograde, maybe? Yep. We're saying screw it. I'm going to try and do this coming up. So the idea of this, ideally, if I can pull it off, I'd love for this dotted purple orbit that I hope you can see to be in the same plane as this trajectory coming in. That's what I'm kind of shooting for. Whether I'm going to get that for myself or not, I don't know. Can I fiddle with the timing a bit? Will that help? Oh yeah, that helps. That helps. And I was doing a whole bunch of fiddling trying to make it as efficient as I can, and now I'm just saying screw it, we're just going to blow out of here and we're going to do this thing. So you see what I mean? If this is in roughly the same plane as this trajectory coming in, well, I got an angle here that I can look at too. Right now, the difference in planes between this and this target trajectory is only, I saw it there for a second, 14.7. That makes it better. 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 That makes it worse. Now let's start pulling it in. That's making it worse in the wrong way, so we start pulling back. I see a moon encounter, but I'm not worried about it. Oh, wait, I can't go too low. I don't want to go into the atmosphere, silly bunt. Okay, I think I'm going to just do this burn. So we're burning out at a very inefficient way, just going off Minmus at some sort of angle. I'm at the point where I don't care. And then the idea here, because I think I've gone past where I really should have done it. Then I'll do a burn here, and I'm going to go for it. We're going to go for it. We're going to go for it. So this burn's coming up in 50 minutes. Let's do this thing. Is this engine going? It is. Let's go. Let's go. We're saying screw it. And we're going to burn. We're going to burn. Off in a crazy direction. To try and recover an asteroid. Because I've already spent way too much time fiddling with this. Delete and close. Yes. Okay, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 1 minute. So it's a little bit of almost entirely a normal burn if we take a look at it. Like here's my trajectory and we're going off on an angle that way. And hopefully we can finagle us a rendezvous with that asteroid. And that asteroid, by the way, I have a contract to bring it down to the surface of Kerbal. So I got to figure out how to do that too at some point. So as per typical, I haven't thought of that part yet. This is just let's get to it first. This thing should have plenty of fuel. It should easily be able to do it because this thing's what brought, I think it was a B-class asteroid, a C-class asteroid, maybe a C, into orbit about Minmus. So it should be able to handle this little A-class asteroid and get it into orbit about Kerbal. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. So off on the mighty nerve. It's about a 30-second burn. Lots of delta. There's almost 4 kilometers per second of delta V in this thing. So here comes this. I'm just going to go. Here, let's cut it just for a second. Just a lot of crazy numbers there. Going to go to about 100 kilometers for my periapsis. Oh, thank you very much, Michael. Fortunately, I gotta think about what I'm doing here for a second, but I just Oh, I overdid it a little bit. Can I back that off a bit? Yeah, I can with RCS. 100 kilometers looks good. Okay, thank you very much, Michael. He says, saw your community post of 1 million views. Happy to be one of the new viewers. Thanks for all the passion you put into your videos. Well, you're very, very welcome, and thank you very much for your contribution. Now comes the moment of truth. Did I set this up, or am I winging it too much? So what I want to do next is do a little bit of a burn here at the periapsis. That'll go out and eject me from Kerbal, and I am aiming for getting an encounter with that asteroid. That is my hope. That is my dream. Look at that. Look at that. I saw it. I saw it. There's an encounter right here. If it's close, you can tweak it later. I'm just going to get this pure prograde and get this as close as I can. 105, 96. I mean, we're talking thousands of kilometers in separation, but when we're on our way out there, oh, I think then I lose my encounter. Okay. I think I'm just going to do this. I don't know. Should I add a little bit of normal or anything to it? Will that make it better? No, that makes it worse. That makes it worse. A little bit of this. That makes it worse. That's making it better. A little bit of radial out. It's a little bit of playing. It's getting a little flaky. I see 38,000. 18,000. Oh, gosh, started getting worse there a little bit. I think that looks pretty good. I mean, just for now. We'll do a correction on our way there. But I'm about 18,000 kilometer separation from that asteroid just on this shoot from the hip type of maneuver that I'm doing. So just to sort of hopefully show people kind of what's going on here. So we are on our way out from Minmus, right, along this blue trajectory. That's going to put us into this orange orbit, and we're going to do a 311 meter per second burn down here at which is mostly, I might tweak that. All of a sudden I'm looking at it going, I don't know if it's that burn. I think is mostly going to be normal, isn't it? Mostly radial. Mostly radial. Nah, I might do it. So we'll do that, this burn here. I don't know. I'll have to decide whether that's might not be worth it. I think I'm going to take the radial out. Nope. We'll do that with a correction. You don't want to do radial components to burns when you're like that far. We're just going to live with this 88,000 separation. So this is now just about 10 meters per second burn. That's going to get us on a course towards the asteroid, or at least close enough. We'll encounter with it, and we'll do some tweaking along the way. But I think I'm going to set up an alarm to remind me to come back to this. So create an alarm for the, whoops, Kerbal engineers in the way, as it always is whenever I do this. For the SOI change, give me 5 minutes warning. Add that to there. Okay. Can I edit you? I can. This is the this is the ARM1 SOI change. And to be honest, with that done, sorry, I should also there's my base core module. I never set an alarm for you. Switch to you. Oh, well, thank you, Chio47Bean. Yo, super new to the channel. Just want to say thank you for your videos. I'm a new KSP player, and I'm having a great time watching your videos. I just want to say thank you. Well, you are very, very, very welcome, and thank you as well for the very kind donation. I am back on this thing. I can't escape you. Everywhere I go. I got some cleaning up to do. I really, really do. All I wanted to do was to come here so that I could set an alarm for you. Create an alarm because I don't want to forget about you. And I want to do those kind of things. Or the SOI change. This is the fuel module. Or fuel tank or whatever it is that I called it. SOI change. Again, give me about 5 minutes warning. There we go. All right, so anyway, this thing is on its way to Minmus. It's going to be crossing over into the SOI in a couple of days. Hopefully we can attach this to the station. Hopefully it'll be with fewer adventures than that drill module had. We still got ore that is actually, it works in the background while I've been doing all this, so I should probably check on it, to be mined. So we got to get that onto the lander, get that lander up, get that ore back to Kerbal to satisfy that contract. We also have the ARM-1 now officially on its way to an A-class asteroid. Try to wrangle that. Lots of things going to be happening over the next little while, but all of that is going to have to be for future streams. So I'm going to thank everybody in the chat. Thank everybody watching this at a later date. Extra special thank you to the Patreon patrons and YouTube members who support this channel directly, and to all the people that support indirectly by participating in chats and commenting and liking and subscribing and do all those great things. Have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody.